Hey Bladers, welcome back. I'm sure you noticed this video is quite a bit longer. That's because there's going to be a good few minutes here where I talk about Own Finish, which is a new rule to Beyblade X, specifically the World Beyblade Organization X format rulebook. Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a look at the battle here. We got GryphonX versus Gatti-Sinclair. This is Group B, Round 2. We got Cobalt Dragoon. Well, let's see what we got here. Wizard Rod first. Wizard Rod 960 ball versus Shark Edge 260 flat. Spin finish for Wizard Rod.
Again on my mark. 3, 2,
Round 2. Phoenix Swing 360 point versus Tyranno Beat 260 taper. So they're both rocking a 260 ratchet, which is one of the newer ones. Extreme finish for Griffin there.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. Tyranno Beat. Ooh! Very close to the win there. Remember, this is first to 5 points here. Spin finish there for Gatti-Sinclair. Phoenix Swing on point, coming out to play. Very nice.
Alright, I'm back. On my mark.
Okay, real quick, I need to pause the video before we watch the next couple of rounds to explain a little bit about what is known as an own finish, and my best understanding of it, which I'll put up on the screen now. This is a newer rule to the WBO X format rulebook, and to be fair, it can be a little confusing. Before I continue though, I should state that the results of the tournament are final, and that the judges performed their best, unbiased work, and I'm grateful for all their help. And any miscommunication that led to any misunderstandings, I take full responsibility for. The judge here is an absolute joy to be around, and I would love to have them back anytime. This is the current definition in the X format rules as of August 5th, 2024. With that being said, I've stated to the tournament participants after the tournament that there is still some discrepancy about what constitutes as an own finish, and I elaborated to them like I'm doing right now in this video, and I also requested feedback from them if there is any confusion about what is an own finish. I left the definition of knocked out on the screen as well to avoid any confusion about what it means to be knocked out, as the term is used in the definition of own finish. Okay, I'm sorry, I know this is a lot. Let me wrap it up by reading what we're seeing on the screen, then I'll briefly go over what it means exactly. Knocked out. A Beyblade is knocked out when it exits the Bay Stadium's battle zone and does not return, or makes contact with a foreign object in any area aside from the floor directly below an over zone or extreme zone. Beyblades stuck on an element of a Bay Stadium's battle zone are still considered in play. If a Beyblade exits the stadium through the launch area of a stadium with a cover or shroud, the Beyblade will be considered out of bounds if it lands outside the play area or makes contact with a foreign object. If a Beyblade becomes out of bounds, the round will be considered a draw. Own finish. If a Beyblade is knocked out into an overzone or extreme zone, or is launched directly into an overzone or extreme zone, and without making contact with the opposing bay, the round ends, and the opponent receives 1 point. The round replays with the same Beyblades. So I'm not going over all this to like call anybody out. Like I already said, any miscommunication was my fault. You know, I could have gone through things more thoroughly, so no fault on anybody but myself. But basically what this is saying is if the Beyblades do not make any contact and one of them goes into an over zone or an extreme zone, whether or not they touched the battle zone, they will get called for an own finish. And the best way to dispel any confusion about this is to say that after the battle has officially started and they've both touch the stadium floor and they've made contact, even in the slightest, you can't call an own finish anymore. Doesn't matter if they made a tiny, tiny contact and then 60 seconds later someone randomly pops into an overzone. That's not an own finish. That they made contact. So at that point, you just have to leave own finishes off the table. And if you do have to call an own finish, the next battle just has to be replayed with the same Beyblades. Now, with all that being said, the result of this match wouldn't be altered by the call of an own finish or not. The winner would be the winner regardless. And once again, I'm grateful and thankful for the judges. It's a new rule. It's a game. We're all working together to have fun, to be competitive, and I'm just gonna stop. Let's get back into the battle. Thank you.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
So that was a very clean example of what you would call an own finish. Gatti-Sinclair would have technically lost the game there, and we had actually another own finish there from GryphonX. He went straight into the overfinish pocket. They were both ruled as relaunches, and that was actually a clean, just really nice looking extreme finish there from the Tyranno beat. Anyway, good games to both players. Thanks again to the judges. Don't forget to check out worldbeyblade.org for more Beyblade tournaments, and don't forget to go out and enjoy some Beyblade today.